versus Charlo is a much, much bigger fight than Canelo versus Bivol. Okay, and I'll explain to you why. Um, is Bivol an easy fight for Canelo? No, it's not an easy fight for Canelo because of Bivol's ability to pivot, which he does quite well. It's kind of like Bivol's a much more stationary, better version to me of Lomachenko. Much better boxer, I think, than Lomachenko. I do not know how Canelo's going to approach this fight to win it, but I do know it's going to be a tough ask for Canelo, quite frankly, in my opinion. All right. Bivol, Dimitri Bivol, what's this guy going for him? Plenty of things. All right. He's not as explosive or as quick as Charlo or Andre. Don't know why I got knocked off, but anyway. He's not as explosive or as quick as Charlo or Andre. But he does do certain things that Charlo and Andre don't do. Okay. He can sidestep you, he can pivot around you, come towards you at different angles and stuff like that. So Bivol has his own thing that he does. But why Charlo versus Canelo is by and large going to be a tremendous fight. Whenever it happens, it's going to be tremendous because, one, more fans of boxing know Jermell Charlo. Okay, he's been on PBC, he's been on Fox, he's been on Showtime. He and his brother, Charlo twins. So anybody who knows a little bit about boxing, they've heard of the Charlo twins. Whereas Dimitri Bivol is not as well known. Okay, he's not been in those high profile fights. Bivol will step up to the occasion, that's for sure. This is his opportunity to make a statement and show people what he can do. And he's definitely going to do it. And he's been campaigning at a higher weight class than Canelo. He's a 168 pounder that fights at 175. So, Bivol's got a lot of skill. I was listening to David Benavidez talk about Bivol's 1-2 and stuff like that. But Bivol's got a lot of skill. Now, he's kind of more of a counterpuncher. So he kind of sit back and counter you. Canelo's also a counterpuncher. Canelo's a very smart fighter. Canelo has a lot of experience under his belt. But I just think that, as I said before, with Bivol, the problem with it is going to come down to the feet. Can Canelo get into position quick enough to do something to negate what Bivol could do? And then Bivol will anticipate what Canelo is going to do. So I don't know. This is going to be, I think, an exceptional performance by Bivol. It'd be up to Canelo to try and limit Bivol to certain things and therefore be able to walk down Bivol if he can. That's not an easy proposition because Bivol, if Bivol wants to fight in the pocket, he can. He's an excellent mid-range fighter. So I don't know what game plan Canelo will have. I think he's going to just continue doing what he does. But this is a fight that's going to make or break him in some respects because Bivol wants this fight. Bivol is probably much stronger than all those other guys that he's faced, even Kovalev. Bivol's a guy that can make 168, so you can't really do a catch weight that will affect Bivol in a negative way. So I don't really know. This is a tougher fight, and this goes against what I would think risk versus reward. If you ask me, Canelo probably was weighing out. I don't know what he's thinking, but what I could say is Jermell Charlo brings certain attributes to the table against Canelo that, I mean, he is coming up in weight. That would be the only downside to the thing, but he's much more explosive than Bivol. At times more aggressive than Bivol would be. Take more risk than Bivol. So there are certain things that Jermell Charlo, finely tuned machine would bring to the table that Bivol doesn't have. And again, if if you're looking for big fights, big fights, Canelo versus Charlo is going to be a big fight whenever it happens. Um, that's going to be a huge fight because Charlo got some names under his resume, and on top of that, even though he's fighting a guy that Danny Jacobs and Demetrius Andre fought, who could box a bit and stuff, it's much more of a downer than him facing Munguia. I would have preferred if he faced Munguia, but he's not facing Munguia, so it is what it is. But Jamel Charlo has fought some good competition. So hopefully either he stays at 160 or he goes up to 168. He may have to go up to 175. Canelo might look to clean out 175 if he beats Bivol. But if he doesn't beat Bivol, he's probably going to come down to 168 and try and defend his unified title. I think possibly. I don't know what he's going to do, to be honest with you. But what I can tell you is Dimitri Bivol brings his own challenges. But if you're looking at risk versus reward, I don't know what they're thinking, but I think that Charlo fight would have been more lucrative than the Bivol fight. That's just my personal opinion. You guys can leave your comments in the comment section. I'm going to catch you later, guys, later. I am what you need. Peace out.